Lake City Council meeting for Tuesday, January 13th to order. Roll call, please.
Councilor Jarvala. Here. Ekman. Here. Matheson.
Here.
Mayor Scott.
Here.
Councilor Grams is probably not going to make it. She's running behind, so we have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, moving on to the consent agenda. Has everybody had a chance to read through that? Any comments or questions regarding anything in there? Hearing nothing, I'll ask for a motion.
So
Motion from Councilor Jarvala. Is there a second?
I'll make that motion.
Second from Councilor Matheson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to the Guests and Citizens Forum. Is there anybody that wishes to say anything? Hearing nothing, we'll move on to reports from city staff. City Administrator Weiberg.
So right now we are getting pulled into the audit season, so we're pulling a lot of reports. And Tammy is working from home this week as much as she can, just as FYI. And the budget, I got most of it loaded into Civic, so the financials at the end of the month will have 2026 full year budget in it. So just an FYI.
All right, thank you. Moving on to Library Director Lammy.
Thank you. The Adult Winter Challenge has begun. Sign up at the library or download Beanstack from your app store. Create an account and look for the Hoyt Lakes Library Challenge. The challenge runs until February 27th, and there are prizes available at the end. This Thursday from 6:30 to 9, we are excited to host our second annual Mocktail Social. We'll have live entertainment, trivia with prizes, mocktails, and snacks. There is no need to register, and there is no charge. Doors open at 6:15, and only 18 and older are admitted. Come on down and see what it's all about at the Chapters and Thirst Bar. Tuesday Creations is January 20th at 11 a.m. We are making a tabletop winter sign. All supplies are provided. January 23rd at 1 p.m. is the premiere of our new program called Echoes Beyond the Pit, and it's a local history talk. And our first person coming to talk is Mike Sturck, and he's going to talk about the Erie pre-tac plant, and then there will be some questions and answers, and we'll have pictures. January 26th at 2 p.m., we will have a craft class with Marianne. All supplies are provided. We are going to make a snowman wall pocket that day. And then finally, someone had asked during our budget meetings how many checked out items were not returned. And so we did a little checking at the end of the year, and for 2025, we had 8,595 physical items checked out from the library. 13 of those were not returned. Doesn't mean that they won't come back this year. And the cost of those items was $191. So our patrons are pretty good about returning stuff. Thank you.
Sounds good, thank you. Moving on to City Attorney Lewicki.
I'll try to get those things back to the library as soon as I can, Michelle. Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any update at this time, other than I'll note in the minutes from the last meeting I announced that our firm was merging. That went really well. It's been pretty successful so far, and glad to be here on a Tuesday evening. Maybe that's why we don't have as much of the public out this evening, but hopefully next meeting we'll have more.
For sure. All right, thank you. Moving on, nothing for old business, so we'll move right into new business. First thing on the agenda for new business is Resolution 2026. What's that? Oh, I did. Thank you for pointing that out. Reports from elected officials. That's important. So we will start with Counselor Grams, who is absent, so we'll move on to Counselor Jarvla.
I don't have much tonight, other than that the East Range Water Board meeting was changed from today to next week. This is the technical one, talking about the booster pump and whatnot. And they are also trying, or willing, I should say, to set up a tour of the water treatment plant, the new building in Aurora, if any of the council members want to attend that. And that's scheduled for 10 o'clock next week at the Aurora City Hall.
Just so they have it right for myself. So next week they're having like a technical meeting. You meant.
It's on Tuesday, and then the water board meeting is on the following day.
Okay.
So this is next week is the meeting that would have taken place today.
Okay. Do you happen to know what time for that?
I'll forward you
10
the
o'clock.
invite.
Okay.
I'll do that now.
So yeah, if that could get forwarded along, that would be great. Yeah, thanks, Counselor Jarvla.
That's all I
Anything
got.
else? Nope. Okay. Moving on to Counselor Ekman. Anything from you tonight?
I actually have nothing.
All right. So we will move on to Counselor Matheson.
I also have nothing tonight.
All right. Moving on to me. I also have nothing special to report. So we will move right along. So again, mentioned nothing for old business. So we'll move on to new business. So the first thing on that is Resolution 2026-001 to appoint boards, committees, and commissions, official depository, official newspaper, White Lakes EDA Council, and then EDA meeting dates and times. So the first thing in front of us is that resolution. I've seen this last year, year before, looks very similar. Some of the names might not be the same, but we do this at the beginning of every year. I've been using the Sabi Tribune as our newspaper for a while now. Anything to add to any of that, Dean?
No, I don't. This is the reorganizational resolution for 2026. Yeah, same as what you guys done in the past, and staying with the Masabi Tribune.
All right. Any things to discuss or questions that anybody has regarding any of that? Hearing nothing, I'll ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2026-001.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from
second.
Counselor Matheson, second from Counselor Jarvla. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to 11.2, part-time administrative clerk advertising. We had spoken about this during kind of discussing budgets and those different types of things. So it'd be looking at having a part-time position within the clerk's office. It sounded like they'd had this for a few years. Becky Burrich had mentioned at a council meeting that they'd had it for some time, and it sounded like we've had this position in the past where it was either a part-time or on-call type person within City Hall just to help out with extra things. It sounded like the last one we had was around 2020. So kind of the reasoning around this, just kind of there isn't really a backup plan in case either Tammy or Betsy are out for an extended period of time. So if either of them is sick for a long time or injured for whatever reason, there would just be one person in there. And if that were to happen, they would have to not be open as much as they have been. So that's a piece of it. Looking at things maybe not being done if there's just one person there. So things like billing, paying bills, paying employees, those different things might be delayed, and we don't want that to happen. So just, yeah, quick summary. We've had this position in the past, stopped in 2020, but we're going to be looking at possibly not having someone in there for a period of time, so we just want a backup plan to help out to make sure that billing and things like that are done. Anything else to add to that, Dean?
No, I don't. I think you're at significant risk right now of, there's no cross-training, so currently nobody knows each other's jobs because they all land on the same AP and payroll like we discussed, and we're seeing that risk right now play out, so, no, I have nothing more to add.
Any other comments or questions regarding this? So again, yeah, I'd be looking at a part-time employee to come in and help out when it's needed, help make sure that things like billing and payments and those different types of things done. And right now, yeah, there's no sort of backup plan, and we're already looking at an employee not being around as much as they have been. So we just want to make sure that all the duties are being done.
I suppose we could point out that it's been budgeted in the past, not filled. We did put it in the budget this year. It is covered in the budget, and the position has been approved along with the budget, so this is just approving the posting.
I know we had talked about, so the starting pay is listed as $20. I know there's discussion on having 20 to 25 with that being kind of dependent on experience and those different types of things. Does the council have a specific way they're leaning, whether they just want to keep it at 20 or they want to rephrase it as 20 to 25 depending on experience?
I like the 20 to 25, depending on experience,
Okay.
personally. If you have someone that's like way experienced, I'd be willing to pay them $25 an hour
Sure.
Who's determining the experience?
by the hiring board.
Yeah, that'll be
The hiring
Yeah.
committee then? Okay.
and it'll be based on the criteria, the scoring criteria that we'll have to put together for it, for the interview.
I would be fine with it saying that also, though. I mean,
20 to 25, dependent on experience. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to be the hang-up if there was someone with a lot of experience and then they're like, oh, I want a few extra dollars, and they feel that they should get that because they've had the schooling or whatever and are retired or whatever the situation is. I wouldn't want that $5 to hold things up for them not applying. But again, it's still that range, so we have some flexibility too. So I guess, yeah, I think that's a good way to phrase it and list it. Counselor Jarvala, do you have any preference either way? No. Okay. All right. Reading through kind of this top sheet and then the job description, is there anything else that folks have any comments or questions on, want things changed? I had read through it, and I think it covers all the duties within City Hall pretty well. If they're needed to fill the accounting clerk's position or deputy clerk's position to help out with bills and payments and those different types of things. And then also I like the piece where it lists out like special projects and those different types of things. So they're not just pigeonholed to do certain things. They can help out with other projects that we have and need some help on. So I think on my end, I think the job description and the opening sheet looks good.
What's the projected hiring time on that, Dean?
Is the posting date on here? So we're going to post January 16th. We're going to publish it in the paper 17th through the 24th. We're still thought probably mid-February before we, so it's going to be a while. For the interviews for a week, backgrounds, yeah, it's going to be mid to end February at the earliest.
So yeah, just with how things are going currently, I want to push this off. We want to make sure that with some staff looking at maybe not being at City Hall due to some circumstances, I want to make sure we can fill it as soon as we can. So is there a motion to approve the posting for this part-time position?
So moved.
So we have a motion from Counselor Jarvala. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Counselor Ekman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to 11.3, Resolution 2026-002, setting part-time, temporary, and seasonal employee wages beginning January 14th, 2026. So we had already approved the part-time payment within our employee for budgeting purposes already, so we just need to approve a resolution. So again, we're not looking at any raises for part-time employees next year. So yeah, it's just approving the resolution tonight. Anything to add to that, Dean?
No, other than, yeah, you discussed it, we did a wage freeze this for 2026 on part-time, so And there hasn't been any changes since the last time you approved it.
I guess I have one quick question. Would the administrative clerk
Yeah.
spot that's under seasonal, is that supposed to be under part-time? 'Cause that wouldn't be a seasonal or
Yeah,
temporary
you're-
position, right? That'd be down in the part-time.
And then Joel,
That's a good point.
if we're listing, if we're posting it for $20 to $25 based on experience, what should we be putting within this resolution for under that position?
What do you mean, what should you be putting?
So currently, it's just listed for the hourly wage is $20, but within our posting, we're gonna be listing it for $20 to $25. Is there a certain way it should be listed within this resolution?
Yeah, I would, in the resolution, expand that to include the wage that it would go up to
Okay, so that,
potentially.
sure.
Which I think that's you're saying that's based on the applicant or based on?
Education and experience, yeah.
Yeah, so, I would put a range, 20 to 25 in the
Okay.
resolution.
And then, like you noted, I'll take it out of the seasonal temporary and move it down to the part-time.
Okay.
So I think.
Is it a long-term part-time, or
Yeah.
is it a temporary position?
It's long-term.
Long-term, okay.
Can you just put DOE on a note? So you don't have to write out a full sentence or anything? Depending on experience.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Standard.
John blinked.
Oh,
So I think
Yeah.
within the resolution, we could just do
Yeah.
20 to 25, and we don't have to put the experience piece of it. So with the changes, looking at approving resolution 2026-002, with the changes of moving down that clerk position down into the part-time section, and then listing the hourly wage as $20 to $25. Is there any other changes or things that folks have questions about, or anything they want to discuss? Hearing nothing, I will ask for a motion to approve resolution 2026-002.
my motion still stands.
Motion from Counselor Jarvala. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Counselor Matheson. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. And then Counselor Ekman and myself will abstain
Oh,
because we are part-time employees.
Sure.
So moving on to 11.4, approval from the City of Hoyt Lakes for the pay equity compliance report for 2026. I guess from my understanding, this is something that Tammy has been tracking and updating throughout the year. I believe that it's a requirement through the state, some sort of analysis that cities do, just to ensure that males and females are getting paid similarly for similar type of work done. Is that kind of the same thing on your Dean, from your understanding?
from my understanding, it is, right? So it's just numbers that we supply the state, they do the analysis, and then send us the report back. And there was no findings.
Any other things to discuss regarding this report, or any questions that anybody has? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve the City of Hoyt Lakes Pay Equity Compliance Report for 2026.
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Counselor Ekman. Is there a second?
So moved.
Second from Counselor Jarvala. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Moving on to 11.5, Resolution 2026-003, support for the, is that Highway 100? Railroad crossing, not highway, but, yeah. For the railroad crossing grade separation project over in Aurora, kind of the main street. Do you mind speaking to this, Dean?
I don't know, well, what I do know about this is the county called it, and we went back and forth on some emails. Last year, you guys passed the exact same resolution, but they did not get the funding. But this is for the bridge over the railroad tracks in Aurora by the A&W. It looks like it starts right at about the Hive. The grade starts going up and then up and over the tracks and back down, just like it was in 1940 something, except in a different location. But yeah, I don't know much about it at this time. But this is the exact same resolution you guys passed last year with, or the council passed last year with date change in support of this project for Aurora.
Yeah, and essentially what this resolution does, it just allows the county to get funding, or a better chance at getting funding to complete the project. So yeah, from what I remember from last year, the city of Aurora was supportive of the project, and then the county itself, obviously with them engineering it and planning it, are wanting this project to happen. So yeah, this just kind of helps them with accessing funding to do that.
In the additional information, I did copy the emails that I received, so just for background information, if anybody wants to look at that.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess on my end, I guess I'm neutral on the bridge piece of it, but I think with us approving it would just kind of show Aurora and then the county that we kind of support them in their project. And then if, I guess on our end, if we're ever needing a project done over here, if we're supportive of their projects, that they would be supportive of ours too. So I think that positions us well with the city of Aurora and then the county. Yeah. Any other things to discuss or questions regarding this?
There is a photo in the entryway to the Aurora City Hall, as you climb up that first set of stairs on the right-hand side, of the last railroad overpass being torn down.
Oh, really?
When was that torn down, do we know?
I believe that was in the 60s. And I voted no on the last resolution, and I will vote nay today, because I think they're trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist, and they're spending money for something that I don't think they should. And it's going to cause problems for the A&W there, for people getting in and out. And I think the street by the Hive is going to be cut off also.
What is the reason for it? Do we know? I mean, it kind
It
of,
was stated because of the 2 deaths that had occurred and the fear of something happening and blocking that crossing, and traffic couldn't, ambulance, fire trucks, whatever, couldn't get north or south. They could put a temporary gated crossing farther west on the city and just open it up if there was something to happen there.
kind of like they did when there was that construction where the crossing
Yeah,
is now,
this- I'm
where they just
talking-
kind of did the
I'm talking
temporary-
where 135 comes down from Tower. If you follow and go straight down, the crossing could be down there as a gated, except for emergency use. But like I said, the picture's in City Hall of what it looked like when they were tearing it down. And now they want to go and spend money and put something back up again. That's where I stand.
Right, and I think, yeah, they're planning on doing this, so this resolution just, I mean, allows them to access funding where, I guess if we didn't, they wouldn't get that funding. I guess maybe a concern was that they would want to do it and then pull from other funds to get it done. So it sounds like this is their plan. The resolution just would allow them to get funding.
It's the county, it's not Aurora.
Right, yep, the county, yep. Yeah, anything else to discuss regarding this or any questions? I guess, yeah, if the county, or if the city of Aurora is supportive of it and the county is wanting to do this and just needs some funds to get it done, I guess I would be supportive of it. Not saying I have, yeah, any feelings on whether the bridge is a good thing or not a good thing, but I think if they're needing some funding to get it done, us supporting it, we might get some support in the future for other things. And the county's been good to work with helping with the Bose School, and then redoing Kennedy Memorial and 665. So is there a motion to approve Resolution 2026-003?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Counselor Ekman. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second from Counselor Matheson. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
We have an opposed or nay from Counselor Jarvala, and 3 ayes from Matheson, Ekman, and Scott. So motion carried. Moving on to 11.6, 2026 Hoyt Lakes Clubhouse Agreement. So Jenna had ran the clubhouse this past year out at the golf course. So she provided us with a little write-up on kind of the things she had done and what she was hoping for in the future. Yeah, checking in with Bucky, it sounded like things went good out there this year. Yeah, talking with some other folks, sounded like things went good. So we're happy to hear that things went good out at the golf course this year, and then that we had someone to run the clubhouse. I think last year Jenna was the only one to put in for that. Anything to add, Dean?
No, she asked, requested that she could do a 2-year contract out there versus 1, just so that she could, keep things moving forward and instead of doing it a year over year. But that's up to you guys if you want to do a 2 or 1. But I would like to, get this going and finish it up. The one that's attached is 2024. She's not asking for any more money or anything like that. It's just something we have to do every year.
What kind of money, profit does the city end up making for the year through the golf course? Any idea?
I'll have to get back with exact specifics on that.
I'm just kind of curious what we make off of it.
I think there's well, obviously we don't make money on the golf course, but I think we took in about 130, spent about 2. But
Comparable to
Yeah.
years before.
actually, well, the revenue's up because golfing got more popular again. But the expenses were up last year too, because we had Wade and Bucky, overlapping for quite a period of time, and chemical rates went up a little bit, but, I don't have the specific net revenues. I can get it to you, right after this meeting if we need to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, just sheer curiosity.
Yeah, I know I haven't. It'll actually be, I can include it in the financials for next meeting.
So with the years piece of it, do folks have a preference? I think when Dan used to do it, I think we used to do it every year. So I think historically we've usually just done it for 1 year. So I guess on my end, I would prefer that, even though things sounded like they went well. I think just doing it every year doesn't hurt all that much. Sounded like, yeah, the first year went pretty good, and I'd want to make sure that the second year continued to go good. And then, yeah, if things continue maybe for this upcoming year and the year after that, things continue to go good, then maybe looking at a couple of years. So I think on my end, maybe just doing just 1 year would be good, just kind of historically because we've done it that way, like when Dan had done it. I think continuing to do it that way, I would prefer that a little bit more, just to continue to make sure that things are going good. Does anybody else have any preference with that piece of it?
Rather see it a year at a time, too.
Year at a time? Okay. Same with Counselor Matheson and Ekman. Do either of you have any preferences for that?
Is this something that, we put out every year for, other people to try to take it over? Kind of like the campground? Or is it just an agreement with one person that we know they're going to be there for years, but?
I think we did it last year. We did.
Did you post it?
It was either last year or the year before, because we had one couple, they had showed interest, because I remember getting something within a packet, kind of explaining their experience and whatever. But then
But
I think that,
because Dan didn't want to do it. So
yeah,
then it was.
that's what it was, yeah.
Past,
So knowing Dan was giving up, or stopped doing it, that's the only reason why it gets posted.
I think that's kind of how it
I went
went.
back to the file, and the only person I could find that's ever ran it, at least in the file I looked at, was Dan. Now Jenna.
So yeah, that was why we had posted it, because Dan was not gonna do it.
Yeah,
So
he
then
said
we-
he wasn't gonna do it,
Yeah.
but he kinda said, well, if somebody, because I don't think he was gonna do it the year before either, but then he's like, well, nobody wants to take it, so
Right.
then I'll take it. So it was something like that.
She's his daughter, too.
So maybe approving Jenna for this upcoming year, and then I don't know if maybe we do make it a habit of posting it every year. I don't think that would be a bad idea, just to see who's out there and who's interested. Yeah, I guess that's not a bad idea.
Well, I guess I wasn't pushing to do that, I was just wondering if that's something that we did.
Sure.
Because I guess I also don't know if that's something that you, if we have somebody that's in that position, doing it, running it, and it's going well, is that something that we would sit there and care to change every year? But I guess that's why I was just asking about this, if like, if the city has never offered it to anybody else until the person currently active in that position steps down, I guess my thought is, why does it matter if we do it yearly or not?
Sure.
Or like, if the person that's doing it is like, well, I want to be here for the next 3 years, and we've never, my concern would be if we offer it out every year and like put it out for anybody to take the position based on a whatever, then this to me would be an absolute no. Like, well, no, we do year to year because we offer it out. But I guess I don't understand, if we're not offering it out, what's the difference if we give more than 1 year or not?
Sure.
That's just my opinion on it, I guess. I don't know.
If she's willing to run it for 2 more years, then yay.
Right, that's kind of what I guess I'm wondering
I
if.
get it.
Campground host, when they take it for 5 years.
That was 3,
Is it 3?
maybe.
3 to 5?
I mean, do we look at this at kind of the same thing as that, or no? I mean, I know they do their own, like, she's basically leasing part of the golf course from the city, so we're just saying that we prefer just the leases to be a year long? Is that what we're?
I think, yeah, however you phrase the agreement, I think you could either have it 1 year or multiple, just depending on how you update the agreement. Yeah. Do we advertise the campground every however years, or do they just, I think you just, with this recent one, we just,
I don't know, I haven't been here for
Yeah.
when that one's renewed yet.
I don't
I don't think it was posted again after the Hulls
Right.
had it, and then I don't think it was posted again, it was just, their contract was extended,
Right.
something like that.
I know it has been posted in years past, but I don't know how far back it goes.
But again, is that only ever posted when there's a change of somebody wants to give it up, or the council finds reason to make a change? And I guess I kind of feel like that might be the same here. If we don't see a reason to make a change and she's like, hey, I would love to know that I'm doing this for the next 2 years because then I'm going to put more into it, I guess I don't see an issue with extending it more than just 1 year, but
So the 2 years, you're okay with that?
I would be fine with it.
It was kind of a pain trying to find somebody.
So you're okay with 2 years, Counselor Ekman?
I am.
I guess on my end, yeah, I mean, yeah, bring up some good points. I guess I'm, yeah, kind of indifferent. And I mean, if things aren't going the greatest, there is a piece where we can end things if needed, but I don't think that would need to be the case, or
Yeah,
will
we
be
can
the
put
case.
something in the contract, if,
Yeah,
you know,
there
if
is-
it's not
it is in
working
there.
out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, towards the end, it does say, I think, yeah, things are,
I mean, because we weren't gonna have anyone run the golf course.
Right.
Because it was not easy to fill.
yeah, if she's willing to put in a couple of years, then we have 2 years where we don't have to be concerned about it.
A question on number 7
Numbers?
on this. Lessee shall receive all profits from the sale of golf equipment and supplies and all food and beverage sales. Further, lessee shall receive a minimum payment to lessee of $15,000. I don't know if it's the wording that confuses me or just doesn't make sense, but
So I mean, yeah, it's, I mean, and how I mean, I don't know exactly what went into writing it in the past, but it reads a little bit wordy than it needs to be. Joel, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, she,
It's passive, it should say lessor agrees to pay lessee $15,000. That's
That's
what it's
kinda-
trying to say, but
Right.
Yeah.
it kind of means the same thing, but it doesn't say who's responsible for paying it. It's implied in the agreement. I don't know on the drafting of that original one either, but that's,
how should it be worded,
fix.
Joel? Because I can change
well,
it.
lessor agrees to pay lessee, so the city agrees to pay the,
The minimum of,
yeah.
yeah.
So number 7 in the whole is basically saying she gets the profits from the sale of Gulf Coast supplies, but also gets a salary of $15,000 to run the
Yeah.
golf course.
Why does it say minimum payment if that's like the installments? Do we need?
It's just not worded right.
No,
Yeah.
it's
I'll reword it.
confusing.
I'll work with Joel.
Because she's getting
I'll shoot 'em some
15,000,
verbiage.
not minimum of it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not a minimum payment, it is the payment. And then it's like base pay plus commissions, really.
Okay. So, updates, because like you'd mentioned, this isn't the current agreement, so updating, obviously, the dates. Sounds like everyone's okay with the 2-year at this point. Anything else that people saw in there that they think needs to be changed or added? Hearing none, I think, yeah, we could table this until you make those changes, and then we can approve the 2026 agreement, next council meeting,
No big rush, I just wanted to get it in front of you guys.
right? Okay. So yeah, making, yeah, the updates on, obviously, the when, the changes to that number 7 piece, and then making it a 2-year agreement. And then obviously, if it's going to be on the next council agenda, if folks read through it and think there needs to be things that need to be taken out, changed, or added, they can reach out to Dean and provide those recommendations. And then at the next council meeting, we can look at reading through that updated version and then approving it at that time. So, yeah, we can table that for now.
And I am updating it for a 2-year agreement?
Yeah, it sounded like, for the most part,
Do we
people
have to
were.
vote on that, or?
No, I think
You
we're,
did vote on it.
we'll table it, but give Dean those
Okay.
recommendations for the updated agreement, and then we'll have that 2026 agreement for the next council meeting with those changes. But again, if it's on the next council agenda, folks can reach out to Dean if they see something else that needs to be changed or added or taken out. So, yeah, for next council meeting, yeah, Dean, would you be able to make those changes and have that 2026 agreement ready?
Yes, I'll be able to do that.
Okay,
There's not a whole lot of changes.
perfect.
It's still fuzzy.
All
Is that
right.
better?
So we will table 11.6, and that is everything on the agenda for tonight. So I will take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion from Counselor Jarvala, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Counselor Matheson, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. All right, thank you.